Okay. All right. And welcome to the Rondo. It's a quick, snappy, midweek special. We are fresh off work. And because the Euros final was yesterday, we said we have to get some content in. So, yeah, it's your boy AA hosting as normal. We have Big Cass. Tell them what you're about, man.
Yeah, man. Joe, Big Cass. Who am I repping? Ghana. I ain't repping
England. We tried, man. And RM, tell them about yourself, man. Mr. Raphael.
RM, Raphael, I'm here. I don't know who I'm repping. Yeah, boy. Yeah. Even club football, my team lost today as well.
Oh, yeah. Italy, not a great showing either, nah. But anyway, cool. Let's go straight into it. The final. Talk to me. The game. Quickly, who wants to do it? Only one person's going to be able to talk about it. Cool. All right. Bringing it back. All right, the game. Who's Joe? You, I feel like you're quite good at giving an overall analysis of the game. I'm going to give you that go.
I'll be real. To be honest, yeah, I didn't want to tell too many people. I told my family and friends. Like, I knew he was going to lose, innit? To be honest, I thought we'd lose 2-0. I thought, basically, the way England have been playing the whole tournament, they've basically been relying on something to get them motivated to start playing. Like for some reason, they can't.
Very reactive.
From the beginning of a match, actually take over a game, innit? So usually we go behind and we come back or whatever. I felt like Spain wouldn't let us come back in that situation and they just keep the ball away from us for the rest of the match.
Yeah.
They did have a lot of possession, but we did manage to get a goal because we have players that can produce moments.
Yeah, we have some quality players.
But I mean, Spain, that midfield, it was a mismatch in there. Even when Rodri came
Mismatch.
off. Rodri was dominating, he came off, Zubimendi was dominating. That was a great cameo. Fabian Ruiz is in there. Oyarzabal came on. Olmo. Our midfielders, Manu and Rice, bless them, bro. They got the run around. They got run rank, especially Rice.
Rice was struggling,
He was struggling yesterday.
I thought he was worth 100 million.
Nah, you know what? He can have games.
I thought you said 100 million.
You can have games like that. You can have games like that.
I know, but you said 100 million is
for
not
100
enough.
million.
Yeah, but no, but it's very rare games where you can say Rice really weren't on it.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, this was one of them, innit? For whatever reason.
I've seen a few of them this week, but
This week, nah. I mean, Rice is better in the club shirt than
But
a
question
country
I'll
shirt,
ask you is, I think this Euros has particularly shown Rice's limited capability on the ball. Now, obviously, I think he is a player that excels a lot off it. You know, he's an excellent destroyer. But do you think, you know, being a 100 million plus signing, you know, basically the Premier League's best signing is what he was dubbed. Do you think his capability on the ball is it subpar?
No, but you're good at what you're good at. So he's a 100 million player.
that's not an answer to the question.
No, but you're good at what you're good at. Like, you're a 100 million player because he's very good at 6 and he's very good at 8, and he'll be elite at both of those when he gets into his prime. So that's the reason why he's worth that much. Obviously, he's English, there's tax as well, but like, you don't get
a lot of 100 million plus players that are destroyers.
Right? Yeah, you don't.
I think he's the first one of his kind. Actually,
first of all, he's not just a destroyer. He has other facets to his game. Obviously, he's not as good on the ball as Rodri. No one should be trying to look at Rice and say, be like Rodri on the ball, dictate. He's not that kind of player, man.
I don't think
he has different skill sets.
Is the barometer. I think when you're looking at a £100 million player in these type of matches, you want to see at least some sense of. But again, you can come to you're in the game. You're in the dance.
Yeah. Again, it's about we're gonna get.
He looks like he's playing a different sport.
We're gonna get to England.
Bro said he's playing rugby. Everyone else.
We're gonna get to England not using their players well or mismatching profiles. But you can see how Rice plays for Arsenal when he has a proper playmaker next to him playing in that 6th role and he's allowed to roam a bit and he can tackle in open space. Obviously, sitting with Manu's a good player, but he's not that kind of profile, so it don't really work. So who's gonna lead out of those two in building up in the middle phase? If you're asking Manu to do, he's just a kid. And Rice isn't that kind of player. So that's why the midfield battle, if you compare it to Spain, they have people who can progress play and we don't. We're playing 2 10s in Foden and Bellingham, neither of which are good playmakers either.
Listen, I think Rice is an excellent player, but for me, I think it just shows why when people talk about you don't spend 100 million plus on those type of players. Yeah. That's my opinion. Obviously, he's English as well, so I feel it makes it fair. But when I was seeing Arsenal fans last season say, 100 million is not enough.
Yeah, because he's played in proper systems. Yeah,
man.
That's why.
Man.
He's playing with people that complement his style.
You don't spend...
I'm sorry, I'm not having that.
I'm sorry, only with English tax is Rice worth 100 million. You do not spend 100 million plus on players that excel mostly off the ball, bro. It's facts,
I'm not having that.
You don't, bro.
I'm not having that.
You don't, bro. Not midfielders. Not midfielders, bro. Because we asked him to come to a proper midfield battle.
No, you asked him to be a DLP and he's not.
No.
So why are we giving people roles that they can't do?
Yeah, Manu next
Manu's not playmaker like that either. Like,
okay.
Manu runs off the ball as much as other players who aren't playmakers as well. Like no one there is
But even though
progressing
he's
play.
also to be a DOP, but like, bro,
If you put Rice next to someone,
you can do a little something under pressure.
if you played Rice next to someone like a Fabian Ruiz from Spain, are you telling me he won't do better than if you're playing with another centre mid who just runs off the ball?
But what you're saying is,
I don't want to go into too
but
much
what you're
on Rice.
saying is, what you're telling me is that he needs his handheld to do.
If you want to say
hold
handheld
on,
for,
let me just finish. He needs his handheld to do the thing that is in the name of the sport we are speaking of, football.
okay, let's
Yeah.
Anyway, we got lots of others to speak on, so
Yeah,
I don't even think Rice really.
Let's talk about
should be taking
let's talk
the
about
headlines. So I guess England. So I guess the verdict is England have, kind of. I mean, and Raf, you're a big believer in this. Is that we've gritted through across the tournament,
100%.
but there was always the signs there that when we faced real quality, we were gonna get popped.
I don't even think it was a sign. I think it was, on the M24 when the digital one, it tells you.
smart move.
Fair enough. So who do we think is the reason for that? Who disappointed for England?
Ultimately, I don't think it's fair to lay blame at any one player. I think that's what the media's done. I think it's what the fans have done, and naturally that happens. But ultimately, I think in these type of scenarios where you look at it where everyone has underperformed, I think ultimately you have to go back to the person who is accountable for that, and that's the manager, and that's the coach, and that's Gareth Southgate. And ultimately, Gareth Southgate has done a very, very terrible job. He's done a terrible job leading the team into this this tournament. I'm not going to talk about the previous two tournaments, although I have my opinions on that as well. I don't think he done particularly great there either, but forget that. This tournament, he's done spectacularly poor. I think ultimately where England have failed is because Southgate has shown a lot, and I don't want to be harsh because ultimately who am I and to somebody like him, but he's shown a lot of cowardice. He's attempted to shoehorn players into positions where they don't belong, ultimately simply because of PR. Like, I really don't get why Foden had to be the be-all and end-all. Yeah. Like, I really don't. I don't get why Bellingham also had to be the be-all and end-all. Same with Harry Kane. Same with Kyle Walker. I think the decision-making during this tournament from Gareth Southgate has been shocking, and ultimately everything lands at his door, from the insipid way we've played to the poor substitutions, poor in-game management.
I feel like his substitutions have not been too bad.
No,
he starts with the wrong team.
Even how you opened the pod, what you were saying in terms of how England take a while to get started. We always need something to motivate us. Bro, isn't that the manager's job to get the players motivated before the whistle?
Yeah, we are quite reactive. I mean, I think, yeah, fair enough. I don't think Southgate is of the level to take us to where we need to be. I feel like terrible was a bit harsh. I think he's done a good job at England. For me, when I look at Southgate, he's just like, he's the Brendan Rodgers. You know what I'm saying? He's the come up chick. If you're being honest about it, he's the pillow fluffer. He's not the person that can really take you to greatness because he's tactically inept. I think his man management is excellent.
His man
management is
Who's told you his man management?
The players love him.
The players love him. The players genuinely love him, and you have to admit
certain players.
a lot of the players.
I haven't really seen the fringe players say that. It's only really the Luke Shaws.
Yeah, but that's
the Harry Kanes.
We had before. We have to admit that he has made playing for England fun again.
There are managers in the past that didn't have the dressing room.
At all. You're looking at what's the name of the Italian one?
But this is what I mean.
Capello.
But we're praising him for the bare minimum. But we're praising him for the bare minimum.
His man management is very good. They love. They're boys now.
But that's the bare minimum of management is to get your squad to buy in.
That's not the bare minimum. Lots of managers.
We've had a lot of England managers.
Having good management is a very. We've
had a lot of England managers in the past who haven't been able to unite the dressing room, innit? Now, obviously, a lot of them are more tactically capable than him. Probably most of them. Man
management goes a long way.
Man management is a very important.
I agree, but if our barometer for Southgate is the previous managers, then we're never gonna.
But even in management generally, a lot of managers struggle with it a bit.
For sure,
and it's a big element.
He's a good man.
You look at Mourinho in his later years.
Yeah.
Okay.
It was not like recently, like he's proper washed now, like Roma. But if you look at him, Man United, Chelsea, the fact that he could only last 3 years, it's man management that was killing him. He was tactically fantastic. It's man management killing him.
I disagree.
Why?
He tactically wasn't fantastic. The game left him behind, but even still,
even before Man United, you're looking at his prime. Still,
I don't
the
really
fact
get
that
your point here. Like,
he's only lasted 3 years because he's got very poor man management.
Yes,
he could have been as good as Pep Guardiola and Ferguson.
Of course, you need good man management, but that's the bare minimum here.
It's not the bare minimum, man. That's harsh, man.
Anyway,
if it's the bare minimum, why do we get to finals? Why do we get to semi-finals?
Because we've been very consistently lucky these past 2 tournaments to get very easy draws, and we have a lot of quality in the squad.
That's a good one. Though, to be fair, this the second we play a good team.
Every time.
The only good team
we always lose.
We beat Germany in the Euros, but even that team weren't ready.
But we do beat decent.
And
we do beat
and it's
who we
not
should
like we
beat.
lose. The problem isn't that we lose. The problem is the way we lose. It's every time. We don't look like we're even within a shout. Like watching this final, it was very. Fam, I just got Iceland vibes. Like it just reminded me of that.
I think it was a different game to Iceland.
No, it just looked like, even though we got that goal, it just looked like.
But Iceland was more. They were sat back.
It's like even extra, even that added time. It's like I knew. Do you know what I mean? I knew no one was going to try. Nothing was going to happen.
I feel like this was probably one of the. Because the thing is, I don't feel like we've ever played a team as good as Spain in full flow. That Italy game, we were struggling a lot, and it wasn't the best watch. But that Spain game, there were pieces of play and kind of moments in that game where I was thinking, their levels here are really.
I don't think Spain
are really different.
I don't think Spain were that good.
They were very good.
No, I mean like
the whole tournament. They've won every game.
Yeah, don't get me wrong, but I think the whole tournament was quite of poor quality. But I don't think they're not one of the best international sides we've seen.
No, I mean, like player for player. You wouldn't say
player
they're
for player.
better.
Yeah, and player for players. No, even just in terms of.
But that's not what I was saying. I was saying in comparison to us.
Yeah, that's fine, but that's what I'm saying about. The barometer.
No, I think we're all on the. I think everyone's on the same cards. I think even the most diehard Spanish fans would admit that. Player for player, England have a better team.
Yeah, I don't think Spain expects to.
I don't think Spanish fans expected to win, and that's why I think you do have a great point. That I think tactically you can see the differences there, and Carragher can come out and speak as much as he likes, but bro, we have better players, bro.
What I mean?
And you can say, okay, the players can turn up a little bit more. There's certain players that we do need to speak on.
Yeah,
but
it's the manager's job to get them to turn up.
Yeah,
the guys in the media are being bare disingenuous. Because you can't, on the one hand, before the tournament, be talking up England and saying we're the favourites along with France. Oh, we've got all this experience and know-how of getting to latter stages. We're gonna go the next step this time. And then you turn around and you lose to Spain in the final. And you say, oh well, Spain, they're a better team than us. They play better than us. We had no chance of winning. The fact that we had no chance of winning wasn't seen before the tournament, because if you look at the players we had and the squad we had, we'd say we had the best squad in Europe.
Facts.
It's all down to tactics and the way this team has underperformed. So it's the manager on the tactical side. There's also the players that have let him down by not executing on the pitch. And I mean, the way we played throughout this tournament is really worrying to me, and I don't really care where we finished. Like, we played so badly that I think that yesterday was Southgate's last game.
I'm telling you, but this is... I've got guys saying that Fabian Ruiz is better than any midfielder that we have.
And that's not true.
You would have never said that before the Euros.
You know what I mean?
He's had a better tournament than the players that we have, but he is not a better player. And the problem is, if Southgate had Fabian Ruiz and you saw him scoring a couple of those headers off Lamar, he would play him 10. He would play him 10.
He wouldn't put him
Bellingham's a better 8 than Fabian Ruiz. You can't tell me no different.
This is such a British problem we have. It's like, whenever things go wrong, and it's time to hold somebody accountable, it's like everyone just closes ranks, and it's like everyone just goes to like blame someone else, and we can never hold the person who's meant to be accountable. There's
always another excuse. There's always this.
It's like, but anyway, how can you say blame the players, not the manager? There's only one person here getting paid £5 million a year to manage the manager.
On big money as well. But anyway, but let's talk about the players a bit, because we can't. It isn't all Southgate, and there are a couple of players.
It is. It really is.
There are a couple of players who I'm so sorry. They need to come under the. They need to come up to Rondo court. So I think the verdict on Southgate in the Rondo court is that Southgate needs to leave after.
But I feel sorry for Southgate, because I mean, this is not the level he should really be at. He got the job in a technicality. He's done what he can in it. It's now time for someone else.
So you think it's time for him to leave?
Yeah, I'd say so.
I blame the FA.
Yeah, so Royal Southgate needs to leave. The FA want him to stay,
Yeah, I know. Because it's a comfortable situation for them.
But this is what I mean. They all close
and also
ranks.
The risk of finding someone else and they go backwards. They kind of like where they are now. We're making finals, but it's a risk.
That's a loser mentality. That's England are becoming the international Spurs.
We're full of losers.
But anyway, let's hold on a couple of players very quickly before we talk about Spain. We have to give them some credit. Foden.
Philip
Foden. 0 goals.
Phil
0
Fodolski.
assists.
Phil Fodolski.
Across the whole tournament. 7 games. 7 starts?
7 starts. I can't believe he
Seven
started all
starts.
7 games.
he got dropped for 1 game.
Oh, did he?
Oh, when
He came off.
for his baby.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
fair.
Oh yeah, no, he was away and then he got dropped for 1, no?
I think he's just that.
That's
one,
crazy, man.
Oh, you know, yeah, you're right. It was just the baby. Yeah.
That's
If he
crazy.
didn't
When
have
you're
a
looking
youth,
at
he'd have played every
Yeah,
game.
yeah.
Bro, Bellingham's bicycle kick, Saka's screamer, Palmer that goal in the final.
And he's the one.
And Foden had a
Watkins,
youth.
Tony.
That's what he contributed, bro. Man had a youth. That's
He scored off the pitch. That's it, like.
That was his best contribution. What are our thoughts on Foden? I know you want to talk, Cass.
Phil Fodolski, bruv. He's a shooter. Like he's a shooter.
Hey,
He's a
Podolski
shooter.
is crazy.
Nah, I'm telling you, man.
That's a crazy slander.
No, I'm telling you right now. Yeah.
You think so? All he does is shoot for you.
This is why I've not.
Man called him Podolski.
I nearly gave into the Foden. I don't want to do this debate right now, but this is why I have never really been on the Foden over like Saka debate and stuff like that, because when you take him out of the Man City system, which is tailor-made for people who don't have to, like, it's tailor-made for him, innit? You put him in his England team and he just doesn't produce the magic that you think he would. And part of it is our fault, because like I feel like in our country, we've seen a guy come through the ranks with immense technique and like he's got really good close control, he's good in the half turn.
well.
And then we like mistakenly think that he's a great playmaker and he can link up play between the midfield and the attack and he can actually like be like De Bruyne is for Man City for us. But he absolutely isn't that. He's not really good at playmaking. He's not an amazing playmaker, orchestrator of attacks. He's really good at shooting. He has really good control, really, really, really good technique. But other than that, he is quite limited in his game. And you can see when the likes of Palmer comes on, you can see he has more to his game than Foden, even at this early stage of Palmer's
He's got a lot
career.
more confidence as well.
So I think
that's it.
and he has
Foden doesn't have
confidence.
crazy confidence. Yeah, I'm deep in it.
How can Southgate, and this is one thing I will never forgive Southgate, Foden has never delivered for him or England. How can you build a team around him? He's never shown
think
you
he got
evidence.
brought
is
into
what
the
I mean.
PR.
But
that
this
he is
what I
worth
mean
building
about
a team
PFA
around.
players.
Southgate has come into the tournament as a coward, because I remember I remember for the longest, right? He wasn't really a fan of Foden.
No, he wasn't.
Yeah.
And they used to ask him in the press conferences, and I remember Southgate was like, "Look, you're asking me why I don't play Foden, but Pep doesn't rely on Foden either,
No,
and that's
he
his
doesn't.
and that's his manager for club. So, ask him as well." So I really don't get why now all of a sudden he's decided
I think he
Foden's
got
the hill to
brought
die
into
on.
the PR. He won the PFA Player of the
But this
season,
was-
and
yeah,
I think
he had a
felt-
good season.
And Foden
He's
looked
not made
like
the
he
tough
was balling,
decision.
but he didn't have the.
He had a good 6 months
Yeah.
as well. I wouldn't say the whole season.
Yeah,
the PFA this year was kind of hard to pick, but Man City won the league, so you'd give it to one of them. And Foden was good from December onwards.
Yeah.
And
But that's why ultimately I can't even blame the players. Like Foden has been shocking throughout this whole campaign. But at the end of the day, no footballer is gonna say, "No, manager, don't pick me." You're gonna, if you get picked, you're gonna try and give it your all. You think you can contribute to the team. At the end of the day, it's like Southgate has put these players in positions for like their reputations just to get ruined, and he's not protected any of them.
But
It's
Foden,
like
Foden played free role left attacking mid.
But this is what I mean. He's
Cam.
played them in the wrong.
He played
but
in
he's
the
missed-
210 position. Foden played every position he could.
But this is what I mean. Don't play him.
he shouldn't play.
Don't play him.
He shouldn't play.
You're only playing him because if you don't play him, then the media's going to be on your back.
Yeah, but
it's cowardice.
But isn't this kind of exposing the level that Foden's at though? Because a lot of
But
people,
that's not your job as the England
because a lot of
manager.
people within this country thought Foden is literally
Yeah.
the crown jewel
That's fine.
of this.
That's fine. But
that's now been
But his
shown.
job as the England manager is to literally
No,
do
it
the
is.
opposite.
It is not, and I understand that Southgate, but also I think Foden's kind of been exposed to it as well.
He has
100%.
been exposed for the limitations in his game that we thought he didn't have.
Anyway, we have to move on very quickly. Unfortunately,
You can't play 2 10s, Jude and Foden, and neither of them are like pure ballers, like midfielders that can create. Like it doesn't work. Like because now you're relying on Mainu and Rice to really progress play, and that's where the problems come.
You know what I'm saying?
And then you got Harry Kane who just doesn't know how to work with these guys, and the whole system falls apart.
Bro.
You're looking for moments, and that's what we had sometimes. Foden didn't give us no moments. I mean,
I'm having to say, if Bellingham was dark skinned and didn't do as many stepovers, he's the core. I'm having to say that. And that's being brought out of me. I know Bellingham is a great player, but bro, he's not a 10. Like, and the what he's being asked to do, was that a bit ridiculous? But anyway, what he's being asked to do is crazy. Like, he wants Bellingham to receive it in the pockets, spin, midfield, orchestrate, attacking play. He doesn't do
He wants
that.
him to do a whole midfield because he can't
He's an
coach one.
8. He's an 8. But Bellingham looks best when he's like, you know what I'm saying, looking busy in that final third, and then he can get you in the middle third, and then he can get you a goal because he's got he's got that je ne sais quoi, that character, that confidence, which others lack. But he's not a 10. He's not a pure 10. And I don't know how Southgate sees these things continuously. And just kind of
try to shoehorn all his best players in the team, innit? Because back in the day, international football is put your best players in, innit? But tactically, if you haven't got the ability to integrate them all into a good system, it's not going to work out. And we all had different England 11s. So every game, combined 11. Who should England play? Should we play this guy? Should we play 3 at the back, 4 at the back? I mean, at the end of the day, he's tried to shoehorn all his players into a system and just say, look, just make it work. The only time it kind of worked a bit is when we went to 3 at the back. He then went back to 4 at the back, and it just fell apart again. So, tactically, we were never going to win because we don't have a guy who's good at
quickly,
tactics.
Kane, he came off after 60 minutes.
He should not have started that final. Yeah, that's another thing. Southgate, that's your last game probably in charge, and you didn't make the bold move and drop Kane. I don't care about he's your captain, he's your top scorer. Can't believe what Rooney was saying, he's the best English player of all time. Rooney needs to get his head tested because that's absolute cap. To say it's not even yourself, I mean, whatever. If you don't think it's you, then whatever, but it's not Kane. Watkins came on, he runs in behind. He was the first group game he came on. He had a run in behind. I think he might have been offside. It was a close chance. And from there, I was like, finally, a striker who runs in behind and stretches play. Semi-final, he scores the winner from the exact same position. And then he goes with Kane again, who either he's injured or he's completely cooked. And I haven't decided yet. I need to see him back at Bayern, innit?
Yeah.
But he, in this system, it was a travesty. And I don't know how he got the 3 goals, but 2 of them are penalties and one of them was a penalty and the 2 tap-ins. It wasn't a good competition for Kane, and I don't think he can.
And no more trophies going forward. What? No more again. No more trophies going forward, and still doesn't have a.
The guy said he'll trade everything he has for Euros. And that's why we lost.
What do you have?
Because he doesn't have anything.
What do you have?
Bro, who does this guy think he is? What have you even got?
I said, what is this? Singing fabulous.
You're offering nothing, so we're gonna get nothing. We lost.
Fix his jagged edge.
Cole Palmer with the goal though. Should he have started?
You could have started Cam. If you played, I don't know who would have played on the left though. You could have played
Gordon.
You could play Gordon as well. He didn't have as many minutes. I think he only had 6 minutes in the whole tournament. Palmer's delivered every time he's come on, but I don't think he has made good subs. But he hasn't gone with the right team.
He hasn't gone with the right teams. Anyway, Spain. We do have to. So we've done a lot of England. We don't have a lot of time. It is a 30-minute quick special. So Spain, Spanish, I think we got to give them some credit, don't we?
Yeah, all right.
When you look at their run, they've played. They won all of their group stage games. Got 9 out of 9. They even rotated for the last game. Every game as well, I felt like they were the better team. They go into the knockout stages. They make very quick work of Georgia. Obviously, Georgia are a bit of a weaker side, but it was a very 4-1, some real nice goals. Then they play Germany, France, and then England. The 3 favourites for the tournament. Germany especially became a more prominent favourite with the way that they started the tournament and the fact that they were hosting it. And they were the better team in all of those games. Didn't even go to penalties once. Only went to extra time against Germany, and the team that tested them the most. And they went and did it. A very, very impressive run, and an excellent performance. So, yeah, I guess we have to give them their flowers.
The minute I was proper scared of Spain, because after the group stage, they got 9 out of 9. I said they're my favourites, innit? But it took when they played Germany. I don't know if you remember. Either near the end of normal time or extra time, they took off Williams and Lamine Yamal. They both came off. And they still looked strong and they were still popping the ball about and they still created chances. And then Marino got that winner. I said, wow, they took off their 2 X-Factor wingers and they were still able to comfortably be in the game. And not only that, but win the game. Yeah. That's when I realised tactically they're on a different level to
and when
the rest
people
of
try
us.
and just say that, and there's this notion that at the moment that, the Spanish players, they just, within their brain, they're just able to play football like that. No. What sort of lie is this? Because brother, since the 2012 team, to now, Spain have been consistently underperforming. And there's been this big shout as to how do you make it work? And they've had teams around this level. Yeah. I don't think maybe this team is slightly better. They haven't had the dynamic wingers. But they've had better midfielders. Yeah. They've had better midfielders during this time. They've had, Thiago in there. David Silva still in there, still playing. And they haven't been able to do much at all. Better defenders. They had Sergio Ramos still playing. But they've got a manager. You look at their triangles that they play. You look at the way that they press. Bro, that's coached.
That's coaching, bro.
That's coaching.
Now, for international football, I think the level of coaching that we saw was
pretty high in this tournament.
Yeah, I disagree. I think
for certain teams.
Germany, Spain,
to be fair, and then that's it. Yeah. But those two, Germany especially, I think
goes to show, I think just how much of a difference that can make in international football. The margins aren't that great. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? So just competent coaching can really take you very, very, very far. But I think with Spain, what's so kind of convincing about them, and I kind of get the shouts for like them being one of the best kind of international or Euro winners at least, just because of the run they've had and how convincing it's been. You know, they beat the winners, they beat the last winners, they beat the last finalists, they beat the current finalists, they beat the World Cup champions. So yeah, I understand it. On paper, it kind of looks that way. The only thing I would say is that, you know, I think the opposition relatively has been quite weak. It's not the strongest Germany team. It's not the strongest England. But you can only beat what's in front of you, right? And
and they did it well. Yeah. Fair enough to them. Very quickly, player of the tournament, young player of the tournament, and Streets Award.
I'll say player of the tournament. I wouldn't have given it to Rodri. I don't think Rodri was Spain's best player. I can understand from a PR perspective why he'd win that, but I don't think he was their best player. I'd say Dani Olmo was their best player. I'd even say I was impressed by Cucurella, I'll be real. I was impressed by him. I was impressed by quite a few players. I'll probably give it to Dani Olmo. The wingers? Yeah, but so the wingers were very impressive as well. I mean, I really want Nico Williams at Arsenal, and I can't believe from a Ghana perspective, we got his older brother playing for Ghana, and he's playing for Spain. But yeah, young player, definitely Lamine Yamal. I watched Yamal on the under-17 Euro last year, and I was like, wow, because he had just broken into the Barca team. I was like, wow, this guy's he's a fearless winger. Like, he could take on anybody. He doesn't really care who you are. And he's translated that into senior level amazingly. And he's only just turned 17, and he's already achieved this massive thing in his career. I think he's going to go right to the very top. So he's definitely my young player. I think Streets Award, I'll give it to that Georgian striker. I'm not trying to say his name right now. But he just got his big move to Monaco as well. Well, he had a big move last year. He actually got a move to Ajax like last year, but it didn't quite work out, so he went back down to League 2, innit? But now he's got his move to Monaco. He's looked good. A couple of his goals again were penalties, but then I went and watched a comp of him afterwards, and I was like, this guy is good still. So that's my Streets.
That's proper striker in there.
I like that.
What about you, Raph?
Yeah. To be honest, it's hard to disagree with that one. I think it's one of the ones. It's like there wasn't much this tournament.
That's not your answer though.
Huh? There's not much to sink your teeth into.
It weren't a great Euro.
Yeah, like young players, obviously Yamal.
I think everyone said Yamal.
Yeah.
Player of the tournament, me, I'll probably go Nico Williams. I think everything you said. I've enjoyed watching Nico Williams, man. Like, and his final performance I thought was excellent.
He was cold,
I was split between him and Olmo, who I think was also like amazing, but I think Olmo kind of came into things more in the knockout phases, was a little bit more of a rotational player before that, and Nico Williams has been cooking since the start, so I'll give it to him. My Streets Award, I don't know.
No. The Streets Award.
It's got to be like a Arda Güler or something.
I was going to say Güler.
No. Kobe Menu, just for the picture of him standing against the post, just looking at the rest of the team. Like,
these men are dead.
That's, do you know what that is? That's like the villain origin story.
In fact, let me give Streets Award to Saka's girl, man. That's some of the drip, some of the fashion out there.
This guy's not
serious. Keep it up. Bring that to the Emirates. But no, Arda Güler.
I'll probably give it to Arda Güler. I can't lie. He looks like he's going to be a real player, man. I've been really impressed with him, man. That banger he scored.
Would you start him next season?
Would I start him next season? I don't think he's ready to start for Madrid, but I'll definitely play him.
Because near the end of the season, he did come in and he was scoring.
He should definitely feature though. He should definitely feature, but I don't know if he's ready to start when you look at the level of quality that they have. But real players as well. And I like the fact that he was able to put Turkey on his back at times. Let's quickly go through some tweets to finish off.
Did someone say Carvalho Balon d'Or?
Yeah, that's the one I'm about to read out. So,
that's so silly.
Elon needs to check on these people.
So it was tweeted by Simply Goal. So it says, La Liga winner, UEFA Champions League winner, Super Cup winner, the Spanish Super Cup, Euro 2024 winner. Should Dani Carvajal be a Ballon d'Or contender?
No.
So
you're not hearing that?
No.
Why not?
Because just because you won those things doesn't mean you're the best player.
Was he not a key part?
So
he was a part, yeah. I mean, I guess he scored the win in the Champions League, but like the Ballon d'Or, I mean, really it should go to the best player, not a player who's achieved the most in that season. Because I mean, there are other Spanish players.
Should not go to the best player of the season though? Or should you just go to the...
Yeah, but there have been players that have been better. So obviously your Vinnies, your even your Bellinghams, they'll be up there in the rankings as well. Even though I don't think from a pure perspective they're the best player, but they have more of a convincing argument because they've shown more ability and more quality over the season. Carvajal, he's a good right back, but he's on the decline as well. Like, I mean, if it wasn't,
listen, there is no scenario in which a right back wins, regardless of what you want. I don't care.
Not a right back like Danny Carvajal. He just does the job. Like, you don't even need to explain.
I've seen him get cooked at times as well.
Yeah, Danny Carvajal is just ridiculous. Like, just stop that immediately. Some people are saying Rodri. For me, I can't have a DM. And I also feel like his Euros performance is a bit overrated.
This is like when Jorginho came third that time.
I don't like. What is the point of the Ballon d'Or anymore if it's just gonna become who's won the most in
who's
what
the
year?
PR? Where's the media attention going to?
Do you know what I mean?
Like, I feel like he should probably go to Vinicius. I know he had a disappointing Copa America, but I think the level he showed in the Champions League is the highest level of football we've seen from a player.
That's what it should be judged on.
And that's what it really should be going to. Who really created magic where we all said this is a real player. So I would give it to him. Even like the Jude Bellingham push. Like
they'll say
I think Bellingham's done his thing, especially in La Liga this season, and he's delivered. But I just feel like in the real key moments in the Champions League, I feel. And then as well for England, I do think it's the position he's playing as well. I'm just not seeing a player that raises the level, bro.
If he won, I get it. And I think the whole if they win, it should only be used when you're like, as a tiebreaker. Do you know what I mean? If you're trying to decide between two people.
Yeah.
I think that's kind of where the Messi and Ronaldo era has like messed everything up.
But I feel like there's still players that raise levels. There's not a lot.
You can't say
not a lot left.
I wouldn't have liked it because Bellingham didn't really have a good Euros. Like, so even if England had won yesterday,
yeah, but he had a great campaign for Madrid.
Yeah, I know, but like to say,
even for Madrid, in the
real
key moment,
bicycle kick, and then say we win. He scores a winner.
Bellingham's very good at getting moments, but he's not a level raiser.
A moment, but
if you get a moment every game that wins you the match, then
speaking of which, that Mbappe, what a disgraceful Euros that was. Man.
I
don't care that his nose was hurt.
Is this your disappointment?
He's been he was a master. You know that guy's ego is a problem. Ever since he balled out in that World Cup final, he's changed. Something has changed.
Thank you. Because I said this right.
Something has changed in his mentality. He thinks he can do whatever he wants. He thinks he's 38-year-old Messi or 38-year-old Ronaldo. Bro, you ain't done enough in the game like that. Like, bro, you're not there yet. You're on your way, but you can't just give up like that. And like some of the performances, like the way he's not even running.
Bro, I don't know who he thinks he is.
Bro, who does he think he is at the moment?
I said this before the tournament, and Ayo looked at me like I was a madman. I remember Ayo recorded me saying it. I just said he's got, I don't know, there's something about him that it's just, there's very, and I don't want to sound like do you know what I mean? But it's just, he's got a maturity problem. I'm so sorry. It's like, and football is getting to the point where, you know how they say, is football your priority type thing? Obviously it is, but come on, man.
Right now he thinks he's the man. He's meeting Macron, he's meeting the Qataris.
Do you know what I mean? It's like,
that Real Madrid move needs to reset. Something needs to reset in it.
But even that's why I don't like that move, because I can just see it. I can just see it going worse. Like already you're coming in. What's going to happen with left wing? Are you going to try and displace Vinicius?
Bruv,
if you do, the maturity's gone back down in the gutter. It's just
You're first, man. You got onto it. There's this one tweet from Carragher, to be fair, which is quite funny.
Oh, he's an idiot.
Sven played 4-4-2. Fabio was too strict. Gareth is too defensive. Funny how it's always on the manager, isn't it? Question mark, exclamation mark, exclamation mark. The fact is, our big players didn't turn up in this tournament and other tournaments going back years.
This is what I mean about how in England, everyone closes ranks to protect their friends. Because this guy is shameless, because I don't remember him saying that when it was Oli. I don't remember him saying that about Ten Hag. I don't remember remember him saying
knows how to point a finger.
Do you know what I mean?
It's funny how he can start doing defend.
But all of a sudden, when it's his former teammate, now all of a sudden it's blame the players. All right, man. Like, he's an idiot. Also, Southgate's had 10 years. It's not like these are the only players he's had. He's seen different players come and go. He's had nah, man.
The big players do need to perform better, but the system dictates how well you can perform within that system. So when you say Sven played 4-4-2, that was wrong. When you say Capello did this, they can be wrong multiple times. Like, the managers have done things wrong.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, those managers weren't perfect either. We're not saying that the players have lifted their weight. Obviously they haven't. But the manager is a big part of that as well. And if you look at club level, you see managers like Pep Guardiola, he's a pattern manager. He sorts out the system and the players perform for him. So
you can also see, like,
I don't believe that.
Look how many times in the tournament Southgate was having to change things. Yeah. It shows you that he was running it. You know what I'm saying? It was showing that he was not only he was changing tactical instructions, he was changing personnel, he was changing shape. Wow. He admitted that he's not really sure how to find solutions right now because he doesn't have Calvin Phillips.
How can you say that in the middle of the competition?
And you're telling me that nothing is down to him? Come on, man.
He's insane for saying that.
Come on,
It's not like Phillips got injured last month.
Bro, Phillips is playing. He's healthy. He's just rubbish.
That's what I'm saying. It's like the guy is not in the team. He was a non-starter. Why?
Yeah, you didn't pick him. Like,
do you know what I mean?
Pick him.
What? Pick him. Do you know what I mean?
You told him not to pick him. Like,
No. It's something else. But
who do you think? What kind of club do you think could even get? Like, bro, that guy's
Gareth Southgate.
He's going to a Forest, bro.
No.
This
Guy cannot get back into club management.
That's what he wants, though.
He wants to.
How?
Like, if you think Southgate is such a great manager, you let your club hire him. If your club,
but Man United nearly hired him.
No, impossible.
But he's
But
not.
Man United were interested.
Do you know what the crazy thing is? Yeah, before Southgate became the England manager, the last I had heard of him was as a failed Premier League manager.
Yeah,
like him flopping at Middlesbrough.
Yeah.
And then he was under tenure on for years.
Do you know what I mean?
He just got the job because Sam Allardyce was a crook from.
That's it.
Yeah, that's the thing. I don't really think I don't really think he will fail in club.
Yeah, he will fail.
He's genuinely failed upwards his whole career.
Yeah.
I don't think
He's just like Morata.
That's why I think England is comfortable for him because it doesn't expose him too much. Because at least you have really good players. If he was to manage like
United would
Crystal
finish
Palace or like Forest, he'd probably take him down. Like.
No. Yeah, he'll take them down, but he'll get that Frank Lampard type protection in the media.
Yeah. The media will love. Oh, the media will love.
Yeah, it's the players' fault.
God, the media will love him.
Yeah. There we go, man. That is the Rondo for you. A 30-minute, quick, snappy assessment of the Euros.
Why was it 30?
Yeah, been an all right Euros, but we move on. It ends in dismay for England.
It's not coming home.
It's not coming home. Hey, we'll go again. Even though they keep on disappointing, we'll keep on going, man.
I'm still British. Still got my passport.
Anyway, man, we love you at the Rondo. We will be back soon.